Hello. Today I thought I'd film my Yale Superior cylinder. This one's a shorter cylinder, so it only measures about 25 millimeters long. So because of that, it has fewer pins than some of the other longer cylinders. It only has 5 dimple pins and 3 sliders in it. So we can see on the key we have the dimples and on one side and sliders on the other. So inside the lock we have dimples on the bottom side here and sliders that interact with the sidebar on the top side. Alright, so I'll pull this cylinder apart and chalk it up on the vise and hopefully get it picked. Okay, we have the cylinder pulled into 2 parts, and one of the halves is in the vise here, and it's still functioning as it should. So let's get to picking. I'm using a Z-bar tension wrench. And I'll be using the wrench, the side of the tension wrench, as a guide for the dimple flag that I'm using. So we start off with the pin tumbler side of the lock, going to the back, pin 5. Okay, pin 4 is loose. One is loose, 2 is loose. Feels like 3 is binding. Slight turn. Now back to 4. And we dropped into a false set. So go to 1. And we have a pretty deep false set now. So at this point, I think we have only the sliders remaining. So I'm going to use a Sparrow's short hook here just to wedge up against them and pull them away from the side of the plug. Alright, I'll use a diamond pick just to get the last one in the back there. And there, we have an open. Alright, so I'll put this aside, get it out of the vise, and let's put the vise aside. And we can pull this lock apart. Alright, there's just a spring clip on the back. Okay. Grab a follower, and the key will hold the sliders in place, so we don't really have to worry about those. But we do have to catch the sidebar here. So, oh, here I'm dumping some pins out. It's not the best. We have some drill protection there. Those were pins, looks like 5 and 3, so we'll just check. Yeah, that's 5, that's 3. Alright, So have pin 1 there, pin 2, alright, pin 3, and I'll just grab that, pin 4, and pin 5. Alright, so now with the sliders, I'm just gonna pull the key out while covering them so they don't go flying off. Alright, so we have slider 1, 2, and 3. One thing to watch for is there's tiny springs for the sidebar that'll be in the plug, so don't want to lose those. Alright, so now let's go up into the drivers. We have some drill protection right up front, and then we have our first driver pin, which is a bit of a double spool, or looks kind of like an acid style pin. And pin 2 is a standard driver. Pin 3 is also a standard driver. Pin 4 is a standard driver. And then pin 5 is this anti-bump style pin. Alright, get a bit of a close-up. So we have all standard key pins, 3 standard driver pins, and the 1 security pin in chamber 1, and the anti-bump pin in chamber 5. That's all I had for this Yale Superior lock. Cheers!